have given my statement in the Diddy trial. I have told the FBI all of Diddy's secrets. I have also revealed where Diddy's secret tunnels are. I have handed over his sex tapes as well. And now Diddy can never get out of jail.
Have given my statement in the Diddy trial. I have told the FBI all of Diddy's secrets. I have also revealed where Diddy's secret tunnels are. I have handed over his sex tapes as well. And now Diddy can never get out of jail. I don't really know how to complain because all of the people that I ever looked up to had to go through it too. So I know how much they talked about Martin Luther King, and I know what they end up doing to him. I know this same story about Jesus and a few of my uncles. So now I know that if your mouth is really, really big and you try to tell the truth for a living and you like to air people out, hatred is coming your way. It was when the Illuminati first started coming after him, and I left. Back in that moment, Katt was still wearing Kevlar to bed. I would get in bed with him at night, and he would have Kevlar on. That's my point. You can't be so happy to change, __. You know how many celebrities went to Denny's house? All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG, any of them. The all lies will be exposed. In the club. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up, and I mean damn pause. But I mean back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older. His older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented, just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. Did you go to a Diddy party? Yeah, but now keep in mind I'm going to. In all fairness, there are different kinds of Diddy parties. I've seen Diddy parties where children were there. I think don't go anywhere alone. I swear to you, if you have the rule of not going anywhere alone, somebody say, yeah, me and my boys were hanging out. I end up with it in my ass. It's like where? So, did he simply pay up everything and the lawsuit is over? Katt Williams doesn't think so. However, Tad is back, and he's simply saying, don't get it wrong. This isn't justice. It's a warning. And if you don't pay attention, you're going to miss what's going on. His entire thing with Diddy isn't just about one guy with a lot of money and a lot of claims. It's about how the system protects the affluent and powerful over and again. It's apparent what the message is. The rules don't apply if you know the proper people. And even though everyone else is pretending like everything is over, Pat is one of the few individuals who is truly saying what needs to be said. And he's not just calling out Diddy. He's calling out the whole system behind him. Things got crazy when the Department of Justice and the FBI said that Jeffrey Epstein's client list doesn't exist only days after Diddy's conviction was announced. Yeah, you heard it correctly. After years of being assured the names were coming any day now that we would finally discover who was engaged in one of the most horrific crimes ever, they are now stating that the list was never genuine. The DOJ and FBI have now concluded there was no Jeffrey Epstein client list. What do you tell MAGA supporters who say they want anyone involved in Jeffrey Epstein's alleged crimes to be held accountable? This administration wants anyone who has ever committed a crime to be held accountable. And I would argue this administration has done more to lock up bad guys than certainly the previous administration. But they committed to an exhaustive investigation. That's what they did, and they provided the results of that. Club Shay Shay. Yeah, I was trying to do something there that hadn't been done. I thought that I had figured out the algorithm mathematically, and I thought that I could show that. And when I wrote it out to kill the careers of the people I was talking about, right? But it was so vicious that I erased all of the knockout blows and just left the jabs so that the comic I'm talking about knows that I know your real story, mother. I'm gonna tell this, but you know what else I know? So, yeah, I was, do you want to tell any of those stories now? I'm saying now I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about, right? Because P. Diddy be wanting to buy it. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes it the wrong way know why they take it the wrong way. So Katt Williams said it. The lawsuit started coming out right after he said it. And he said all would be exposed. Heavenly implied, and this is again an allegation that Lucien Grange was having some sort of a homosexual relationship with Diddy. So he is the person that controls Diddy. That Lucien Grange was aware of these parties, that Universal Music Group was aware of these parties. Essentially, that Diddy is the thug and the gangster working on behalf of Lucien Grange. They did not know that he was reporting them. I mean, when I read through that lawsuit, Rodney made it very clear that he had hidden cameras. And if you're a person like LeBron who says, ain't no party like a Diddy party, you got Ashton Kutcher talking about what happens at Diddy party stays at Diddy parties. And finally, you learn via the press that actually Diddy has been collecting evidence on all of you, and you don't know where those tapes are. That will buy your silence for quite some time, because you're hoping that if you keep your head low, you're not going to be revealed as one of these people that was engaged in some of these acts. Whether they were heterosexual or homosexual, it doesn't matter. Maybe you're just cheating on your wife, and you don't want that to get out into the public. Maybe you were, as Katt Williams described it, in one of the rooms. He said you could just walk around the house. He said this on stage years ago, that you could walk around the house and you would see people engaged in various sex acts. And again, Katt Williams was someone who was dismissed as crazy and dismissed as a drug addict. And it turned out that, or it seems that these allegations are proven to be true, and I believe they are. Then he was telling the truth. Do you think that like stars and get offered that kind of thing, like to compromise themselves sexually for entertainment? I was as shocked as anybody about how powerful Harvey Weinstein was at the time that I was meeting with him, and how he could not be told no. You follow what I'm saying? They'll figure out some way, right? So I thought that didn't apply to me because I don't care about nothing but underscoring good business, right? In these scary situations, I don't even leave it up to me. Like, I'm going to do what the superhero would do in this part of the movie regardless. That's a good way to think about things in general. Yeah, what would the superhero do right now? Okay, and of course, Katt notices the trend. Epstein, Diddy, different tales, same result. And Katt is claiming this is only the beginning. He's attempting to warn us that what we just witnessed was the elites straight up informing us that they can get away with the most horrible crimes, and there's nothing we can do to stop them. So, let's go into what Katt really stated, what he's warning us about, and why the Diddy case is only the latest episode in a much greater tale they don't want us talking about. Saying, but these Epstein-like characters have existed throughout history. Everybody is a supplier. Epstein, Weinstein, like these guys knew what these extremists liked and provided it and provided the way. So, according to sources close to Katt, he's not surprised that Diddy got the not guilty verdict for RICO. In fact, Katt basically called this months ago, because from Katt's perspective, Diddy was never the final boss. He was just the middleman or a gatekeeper, somebody who got handed power on loan from the real players in the backrooms. That's the battle that's going on at Tell It. I heard that you bought a military base in Alabama. Is that true? A military base, as starving comedians would do. Now, I don't know if you're being truthful or not. Did you really buy one? Yeah, Fort Mlen. Yeah, I'm what? Because the reason why I like my life works in golf and off the golf course is because I follow instruction. Well, right? MHM. So, if I see somebody do a good job, I just want to do a good job. Yeah, I'm going to follow the example. Yeah, right? So, Tyler Perry got a military base. That's correct. Made it into a movie studio and start making movies. Katt Williams, music bought a military base. Are you making movies? I'm not wearing dresses. Yeah, making movies. You're missing the point. At what point in Tyler Perry's career was he Samuel Jackson or Denzel Washington, which are the only two black men I can think of that never had a dress on? Yeah, but I don't think it's about that. At one point, it is about that. It is about that because he's the only black man that we already established has $1 billion for making movies. He's the only black man with his own studio, but he's also putting out material where he got a goddamn dress on every year because every time you turn around at every iteration of his success, be it the plays that took over and got him popular, be it the underscore that he did on TBS, be it the first movies that he did, be it the movies that he does now. So what is his excuse for doing media content now? Because there's an audience for it. There's an audience for it. There's an audience for it. Tyler Perry told his male actors they're not allowed to consort with me because I saw you at a Diddy party, Tyler, and you were having